This holiday, Verizon is helping you bundle up
Hello there. Hi. I know I just flashed a whole bunch of things at ya. That's fine. There is no need to worry about why I flashed all of that real quick. Okay, so hello, hi. It has been holy shit fucking forever. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there was a lot that was going on. So let's see. What has been happening for the reason why we didn't have session for a while? Um, so if you guys would like to know about that, I will let you guys know this now. The last session we were supposed to have, I honestly don't remember very well why we didn't have session, My only guess is it's probably because of the fact that stuff was going on and or I didn't feel like streaming, which is it's fair. It's 100% fair. There was a lot of things going on, and then also 2 days I think after my birthday. Guess what happened? I had a seizure. Yeah, I had a fucking seizure. Literally 2 days after my birthday. Which also, yes, all the happy birthdays to me. Now 25 years old. Fuck, I hate that number. It's fine. It's for comedy. Um, so yeah, I could not work. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even stream. For a while. So there was that. I've kind of been in a slump as well, but I have been able to get a couple things fixed, redone, so on and so forth. So, yeah. Also, I did say I was going to upload the stream from the one shot that we had. Don't ask. I don't know what happened. I am still going to upload it. I think I'm going to upload it either after I upload this one or before. I honestly don't know. So there is that. I'm very sorry about that. That is completely on me. There's a lot of things going on before Halloween and then things happening after my birthday. So it was a clusterfuck, to be honest. But I am here. We are having our session and today is going to be wonderful. Trust me, it's going to be fine. I totally am not putting on a facade right now. I will let everybody know now. We might have one more session, maybe one more session before we take our break for the holidays. It just depends on what all happens. I might have to look at the calendar and figure all that out, but I don't know. So hopefully we'll get a lot of things done today and then hopefully next session and then maybe the break and then we'll come back the next year. So yay! There's that. Anything that needs to be said now? Honestly, don't know. There's a couple good ones beforehand. It's like, okay, that's fine. Next thing. So, yeah. Like I said, a lot going on. A lot of things out of my control, out of everybody's control. But we're gonna have session, and I'm gonna go introduce the players, and I will let everybody know now we have a new player. We do. I finally have 5 players. We started with how many players? We started with like a couple, and then we only had 3. Finally got a 4th player, and now we have a 5th player. So, yay! I have my max of players that I want to deal with. So, yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that needs to be said beforehand, but yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I hope you guys, if you're watching the VOD of this, I hope you are all having a good day, night, evening, afternoon, morning. I don't know what time you're watching this. But if you're watching this at night, you better get some fucking sleep. I'll say that now. You better get some fucking sleep. I'm doing this now because I can cuss. I've always been able to. You know that whole like weird thing when it comes to like streaming and YouTube where you can't cuss for some reason. I don't know if that's 100% true. I've been told it is, but I mean it's been 5 minutes or more. It's actually been 10 minutes now since I've been rambling. I'm a rambler. We all get to deal with it. So yeah, let me let everybody know that I will be unmuting here in just a second. Unmuting in a moment. Be ready. I do believe everybody has what they need done. So yeah. Like I said, I have everything I need. I have my notes. I have my drink. I have my music. Oh, that's not ominous at all. They don't know what's gonna hit them. So they're gonna love it. So yeah. But yeah, I'm just trying to stall a little bit longer. Trying to think. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to think if there's anything needed to be said. I can't think of anything. So I think we're gonna go meet the players. I'm just gonna get everything switched over. So that's to that. That's to this. They all have the reactives. I love them dearly. I love them all. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the session. Let's go. Let's go see them. Hello. Yes, we are back. So I do know a good recap will definitely help everybody, including me, cause yes, cause the last session we had was a one shot, so that's all of that. Well, last session, trying to remember. I do remember the ending of it. You guys were drinking, having a drinking contest with some people. I think I remembered that. Um, yeah, there was that. Figuring out that the princess can also hold her liquor as well. Let's see. Is all of it written in my notes? I hope it is. Oh, that's not the right one. That's the other one. Oop, that fell. It's fine. You guys did a lot of things that I did not have written down. But you did get to meet a new player. You got to meet Martin's character. You got to meet them. Yeah, I quite literally cannot remember what you guys did. It's been forever. But like I said, I do know you guys did have a drinking contest, and if I remember correctly, you guys were going to bed with that happening. So, yes. Yeah. So, after you guys had a lot of fun of drinking, enjoying everybody's time, some people playing music, people dancing to it, others probably falling asleep, whether they were drunk falling asleep or just going to bed. Each person does their own thing. You guys are starting to wake up. Everything is so far from waking up okay. Except for the one little thing. A lot of you see daggers and crossbows pointing right at you. And looking around and seeing everybody else being surrounded as well by groups of people, all of different kinds. See a couple people who are dragonborn, elves, humans, a couple goblins, so on and so forth, all holding weapons at you guys. You hear some commotions as well as people are trying to figure out who or what's going on. Let's see. Like I said, as you guys are stirring, trying to gauge the whole situation, y'all hear clapping as you look towards the sound and you see the person you guys were looking at once before, Catherine. And you see her coming towards you guys, just clapping. She has the smuggest face you could ever see. Probably for some, makes you want to punch her for it, but she looks smug as she just walks towards you guys. Around her, you see these people dressed in nice clothing. A couple of them you can see in their hands are books. For you, Elowen, when you take notice of those books, you realize they are wizard kind of books like grimoires and whatnot. Um, of course, as always. But you do but you do take notice that every person who has a book that very much resembles a wizard's book grimoire, you realize those are definitely some wizards right there. And they are all surrounding Catherine. You see next to Catherine a very tall individual in nice armor ish. And you see him holding. Let me see if I can find what he looks like just real quick. I should have him on my Hero Forge. Oh, why is that the first thing that pops up for Hero Forge? That's creepy. Who made that? Actually, you know what? I think I actually have it in characters. Yeah, there he is. Oh, he's not wearing armor. I forgot. He doesn't wear armor. But you do see him holding, kind of with one hand, roughly. It looks like it could fall out, but he's holding it strong. A giant kind of battle axe in one hand, with a mask over his face. That, looking at it, kind of a little frightening. Just a tad. So yeah, she just walks up to you guys. Catherine eyes all y'all. She looks at each one of you, looks at you, Morgan, looks at you, Octavia. Even for you, Octavia, she's actually taken more note a little bit into you, and kind of can tell in her face that she's a bit curious on why you're here, especially with how you look and whatnot. But she kind of, after a little bit of taking you in, looks over at you, Elowen. She takes you in. Are you as an elf? Yes, you, depending on how you fell asleep. Okay. Yeah. She takes note of all of that. Like I said, just eyes you a little bit, taking note of who you are. Sees around you for a second. You have your bodyguards as well, correct? Or are they off to the side? That made a noise. Evelyn? Oh, I was asking about your skeletons. Where are they located? Do you want them to be close to you or off to the side of one of the houses? Okay. Yeah, she takes note of your skeleton crew, also kind of intrigued by them a little bit. Kind of takes them in. Okay. Okay. Then yeah, like I said, she's eyeing your skeletons. Um, she then like looks over at a group of people, and she makes like a head nod over to the skeletons, and they all come over and have like different spears and daggers or whatnot pointed at them as well, just in case. Um, and then she looks over at you, Auric. You see that smug smile just get a little bit wider as she looks at you. And after a little bit, she says to you, "Oh, Auric, hello, and hello to your little army. Is that what you want to call it?" Oh, well, it's so good to see ya. and all your little friends, I see. I'm guessing you weren't entirely expecting all this to be woken up this way. Quite funny, if you ask me. Did you think I wouldn't have noticed? That I don't have people looking around, checking in everywhere? I just wanted to see what you did. I was really waiting to see if you would try to ambush us or something, but I can see you were maybe trying? As she kind of looks around at everybody, and she kind of stops at a certain person. She's like, "Oh, you shouldn't have, Auric." As she looks back at you, she's like, "You brought her to me. Oh, that's such a lovely present. And it's not even my birthday." Well, thank you for bringing the princess to me. That's quite lovely of you. I can't wait for her to meet her parents. Well, her mother. Mostly her mother. Maybe if her siblings are alive. Oh, well, I mean, she's already kind of tied up, so we had to kind of, lay a hand on her, but I'll make this exception. I won't kill her for now. We'll let her bond with her family and all the other people as well. And then maybe at some point I might do something, but I think at that point you guys will maybe be dead at that point. Who knows? But for now, I will make the promise I won't touch her. Now, granted, for the others, we kind of have to transport them, and everybody else, and you as well. How about that? Oh, you just know. I like that. I like that a lot. Knowing that if you try, there's at least how many people do I have again? She starts kind of counting, but you can see that she's just doing it for just to mess with you. She's like, right, I have more people than you who will 100% be willing to stick a little bow into you, a little arrow into you, if you try to attack. Even with little magic that you got, or anybody else. Trust me, that little skirmish you had at the front of our gate, yeah, we were kind of told about that. And I got told, and I was like, "Oh, thank you, honey. Now I'll definitely be upgrading you into your status now." Oh, newbies are always willing to try to spill any kind of information to me. I love it. They're so helpful. Nevertheless, let's see. Okay. And she kind of just snaps her fingers, and she's like, "Okay, take everybody here and some of them place them in the pit. For these individuals, take them to the cells, please. And you know which ones. The new people will also have some company. As long as they don't try anything. I trust." And after she gives the command to have everybody transported, you feel in every single one of you, feel like the jab of, like, not like of the, whether it's an arrow or like a dagger. You don't feel the point of either one of those weapons. You just feel like either like the butt of the dagger, like the other end, or you feel them like shoving you to get up as they force you guys to get on your guys' feet, and they start to take you into the castle. For some of you, you see a lot of the people just being rounded up. You hear a lot of protests coming from them, demanding that they be let go and that they just want to be free. But as you kind of get away from them, they you start to not be able to hear what's being said. But for you guys, you do see the princess being taken off to the side, and you guys kind of get separated off. But as you guys go inside the castle and going into the deeper parts, for you, Auric, as you are seeing all of this as being words transported down to the cell area, you see all the kind of destruction that they did to the inside. All the beauty that was once pure and clean is now dirty and destroyed to high hell. And remembering what it once was, I would say a little bit of anger builds in you, seeing all of it. Like I said, remembering what it used to be, knowing that these people came here and destroyed all of it. But as you guys get transported down and some more, you guys come to a open-ish area full of different cells, some with people, some with not. But you all each individually get put into different cells, each one with one other person inside. For you, Auric, you get put in a cell with a young guy who he looks young to you, but you notice that he has slight pointed ears, not as pointy as yours, but just ever so slightly pointy. You see he has some darker clothing, slightly blackish blues. You see that he has like a couple scar marks on his face, along with around his hands. They look a bit rough. Sorry, someone was talking. I had to mute. You take in that he has a couple wrappings around his like leg that have pouches attached to them. You also take in you take in that he has something off to the side of him that he's still holding into his hands. And it looks like a cloth of some sorts, but it's hard to make out what it is in his hands. But you are like able to see his face. So you do see him as you are being put into the cell, and you hear it just click behind you. For you, Elowen, you get put into a cell directly across from where Auric got put, and you see this really tall, very tall individual, very muscular, and you see him pacing back and forth in the cell. He does not seem to really take note that you're in there at the moment, but when you look at him, he's in like these really kind of simple clothing. You see that he has like some kind of padding on his shoulders. He has like some shoes that have been kind of broken in a little bit. They're still holding on strong, but they're definitely broken in. You see he has like some wrappings around his hands. Like I said, very tall, some dark hair, very kind of palish, tannish skin. But like I said, he does not take notice of you, but he is pacing. I'll say, as you hear the clicking of the sound from the cell, you hear him kind of mumbling to himself, just a little bit. But it's hard to pick out what he is saying. For you, Octavia, you get put in the cell, one cell after. Hold on. How does the wording go? There's one cell, there's a cell that's empty, and then another cell. That's what it is. You're in another cell, one after the cell that Oric got put into, and you see this little tabaxi. She's very kind of small, shorter than you, and she perks right up, thinking that she's going to be set free. But then when she sees you come in, she just kind of sits back down on this little makeshift seat that she made with some blankets and clothing and whatnot. And you see she also has a dark-ish blue clothing on, wrappings as well. She reminiscence of a kind of like a house cat almost. She has very short fur, black and white markings on. You see she has a couple nicks in her ears as well. Her tail is just a little bit short. But you see off to the side, she also has some a couple like belongings that you would once put on like your legs or whatnot that have been just kind of thrown off to the side a little bit. But you do notice that when she goes to sit back down, she looks even more defeated, like she was hoping that she would be let out. You say that to her and she just kind of shakes her head at it, not really saying much. For you, Morgan, you go in and you see this individual. Cosmic, if you want to describe your character for me. It's just more like just you describing what Martin's character sees. Okay. So yeah. For you, Morgan, you got into a cell that's also directly across from where Octavia got put in. So yeah, you guys are now all put into cells. As you guys kind of become adjusted to where you guys are at right now. For I'll say for you, Elowen, as you are kind of like now getting kind of used to being where you're at, and you kind of look around, you hear the guy finally realizing that you're there, and he's just like, "Oh my goodness! Oh, you are. I'm so sorry. I was not expecting other people to be here. Who are you? What? How did you get here?" Oh my goodness, yeah, I same here, man. I was on this like really weird adventure going on, and I was trying to go find somebody, but I didn't know where to go, so I was trying to maybe come here to see if he was here. But then all of a sudden, like as I'm just getting onto the beach, like all of a sudden I'm being ambushed by these people, and I'm just like, what's going on? I just got here. I have no quarrels with you guys. What's going on? And they're just like, no, you can't be here. And I'm just like, what? So yeah, it's been so bizarre as of lately. I just don't know how I got here. Sorry, I did not introduce myself. The name's Jonathan. And he kind of starts to calm himself down a little bit as he goes over to a stool that it looks a bit broken, and as he tries to gently take a seat, it kind of crumbles underneath of him, and he just goes, well, dang, I guess I can't sit there. Yeah, the floor it is. And he just plops himself onto the ground as he just sits cross-legged. Oh, this is great. And do you know who those other guys are? They just came on in. They all look different. I didn't even notice them. The guards? You mean, did you come with other people? Like other people? I assume not. It was just you guys. Are these... Whoa. Hey. Are those guards, like, highly important to you? Okay. Oh, I mean... Oh. Okay. I mean... You're kinda... You're kinda changing a little bit. What? I have no idea what you are. But it's kinda cool. Kinda freaky. Oh. And he kind of reaches his hand up to you and he's like, well, I'll reintroduce myself as well. I'm Jonathan. Yeah. Like I said, I hope maybe at some point we'll get out of here. I saw that cat. Yeah, I saw that cat person over there kind of stand up when that other person went in, but they don't look happy either. Nobody here is happy. I don't blame them. And uh, never mind. But yeah, for you, Oric, you hear the conversation that Elowen and you caught the name. You heard Jonathan. You see them talking amongst each other, and as you kind of take note, you hear the person behind you just kind of clear his throat. He's like, "Sorry for not being so welcoming to you. I've just my friend is in the next cell, so she's kind of not sure about what's going to be happening. So it's all good. How'd you guys get here? Oh, ours is more sucky, if you ask me. Me and my friend Rye, we saw what was going on the surface, so we were thinking maybe some of our uh, fellow mates down below were okay. Our fellow Night Stalkers. That's what I'm part of. We're part of a. And he takes in your look and is like, "Are you gonna be mad at me if I say what I'm part of, or are you okay?" Well, I was part of a thieves guild underneath the city. Um, like I said, Night Stalkers is what my group was called. Um, so is Rye. She was going to be getting up in the ranks as well as me, but we heard so much shit going on that we wanted to go see if everybody down below is okay. Um, Sadly, no. A lot of people were gone, and our leader was dead. Our poor guy. As much as he was creepy looking, I'm not gonna lie, he was very creepy looking. He kind of gave us good work. So, nothing that affected the kingdom, though. We never stole from you guys. Trust. That was too dangerous. Oh, Catherine. That name. Uh, I don't think I've seen her, but the name is ever so slightly familiar. Is she some new leader up there? Ugh. Jeez. Ugh, man. The fact that she could affect my group is already bad enough. I don't like that. My group, we were. I can't even lie. We're not very good people, but like I said, we never stole from you guys. We never stole from the king. We knew not to do that. As much as some of us wanted to. Not me. Trust. And he keeps like referring to the trust part as he like has like one finger up every time he says it. But yeah, we've been trying to fiddle with these locks, but my tools keep breaking, and poor Rye, she keeps trying to use her claws, nails. I don't know what it is with tabaxis, but she keeps trying to use those, and a couple times I've heard her scream because it broke. I feel bad for the kid. That is true. Like I said, all my tools are broken. He reaches into one of his pockets and he pulls out a boatload of broken picks and like baubles and whatnot that you would use to uh, pick locks with. Just like these aren't even used to me anymore. And he just tosses them onto the ground. Yeah, we're always told to keep at least 100 as much as we can. At least those parts. They already took my other stuff that would have been way better to get these out of. I don't even know where they fucking took them. Wouldn't be shocked if they destroyed them. Those always cost me 20 silver, man. And you see him just go to try to punch the ground, but he just holds it. He's like, no, no, don't do that. Oh, sorry. Started talking with you about that. The name's Grayson. It's nice to meet you. And then for you, Octavia, you hear the commotion of everybody talking, and you look over and you see the tabaxi in the cell with you. Like I said, tried making a little bit of small talk, but you see her kind of standing up from her where she was sitting, as she goes over to the cell. You see her like reaching out, and you see her like you see one of her claws just trying to get at the lock, and she tries to unlock it with her claw. You see her just fiddling with it as much as she can before she just slumps off to the side. She's just like, oh, it's not worth it. It's not worth it anymore. I don't have any of my items. I can't get this out. It's useless. I have a lot of hope. I would like out. I can't get us out. I can't even get my friend out. I mean, as long as you've got some kind of picking material. I would say they would mostly take anything that looked like a weapon. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to give that a shot, because they probably would not have thought of that. Yeah, you can give that a shot. I think it's usually sleight of hand if I'm correct. Okay. $19. Okay. Holy shit, I was not expecting that. Okay, yeah, you take one of the pins from that was keeping your hair in place, so you have like one piece of hair that's just a little bit extra loose. And you reach over to the yeah, and you start to pickpocket, like you start to unlock it a little bit, and even Rye guides you on how to do it correctly. She's like, okay, and yeah, you just click right there. Yep, you got that one. She listens in a little. She's like, okay, yep, you got that one, and you hear a tick, and then Rye helps you with lifting off the the bar as it reaches up and falls to the other side, and you see the gate open. She's like, oh my goodness, what I needed was you. Holy shit. It's my lucky day. Do you got more of those things that could help unlock things? Unless there's a kid around here. Unless they took it. I don't know. Grayson! You see her running over to the cell, and for you, Oric, you see this little tabaxi looking cat who just runs over. She's like, I am free now. Grayson, come on. I can try to get this out. There is a girl over here who has 1,000 pins. She's got those little hair putty thingies. I don't know what they're called. I never used them. She can get us out of here. And you see Grayson, who's just like, how did you get lucky with the girl? Fucking hell. Unless he would have been able to get us out. I don't know. That could have worked as well, but yeah, get her over here. Have her help us. And Rye looks over at you, Octavia. She's like, can you help me get my friend out? Yay! And she just kind of like, you see her tail going extremely back and forth, and she's just like, this is awesome! And as you start to help with lock picking with the help of Rye and Grayson as well. For you, Morgan, you are in the cell with this new person, and yeah, you can make any kind of conversation you want or whatnot. Same for you as well, Cosmic.
Wake it up. Get it.
I just realized most of this.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I just realized I had everybody muted this entire time.
Damn.
Wait,
All of the whole session?
Yeah, most of this.
Oh, no.
Ah!
No.
I remember when I did that for my campaign. No!
Yeah.
Valid. It happens to the best of us.
God.
Hi, chatters. Octavia, through the power
Hey,
of
Vod heads.
hairpins,
That's unfortunate.
Oh my god.
power of hairpins, Octavia pick the locks of the cells.
Oh my god.
Everyone's
Please, Captain
gonna.
Honey. Please, Captain Honey, you will be saved.
Everyone's gonna walk up to Octavia and the other two and say, "Hey, when you're going around, don't forget my cellmate over there," and points to the cell she just Misty stepped out of.
I feel like you would do that, and Jonathan is so preoccupied with like what is going on, like thinking in his brain that he realizes you just got out. And he's like, "Now, hey, now, why did you? How did you?"
Yeah, Morgan has Dimension Door, but they have very few spell slots.
What are you? How can you do that? Man, why can't I be lucky with magic?
I'm a
Auric
princess.
Starlight steps over and goes, "Alright, I'll keep that in mind." Same goes for mine.
I feel so bad that I didn't even realize this was all muted. Fucking hell. Oh, I feel bad, even for the pod. This is so fucking funny. But yeah, as Octavia, as you get everybody's cell unpacked, and everybody kind of gets to see who all was also in here. For Rai, she goes immediately over to Grayson, and she's just like trying to almost climb onto him, which you're realizing he's kind of tall-ish, a little bit shorter than you, Auric, but he's kind of tall. But you just see this little tabaxi just like kind of trying to climb on him, and he's just like, hold on, let me get down, let me get low so you can get on my back, and he allows her to get onto his back, and you just see this very cute little dynamic with those two. But like I said, Octavia, you get everybody else's cell open pretty much with ease, since you got the help of Grayson and Rai with you as they help you get everything open. I would even say, as you accidentally break a couple, but most of them are pretty much still salvageable, so you don't have too much hair that's open, but you kind of have a couple that are loose curls forming. But yeah, you guys are all now free from the cells, free to.
Well, my lucky day.
You guys are now able to see around that the space is. It's definitely still big, but there's not as many cells, and even when you like see if there's anybody else here, you realize that out of the 4 from the party, it was just 4 other people as well. And yeah, you guys are, let's see. Okay, we can get past that. As you guys, like I said, are now free, you look to see an exit, but you guys remember to retrace your steps a little bit, so you turn and start to exit out of the cells up a set of stairs. And as you get through those doors, you see a little bit more stairs in front of you, so you ascend up those as well. Find another door, you open those, and you see a whole boatload of doors on each side. It looks like there's about 6 on each side of you. Some are a little bit open, some are not. But let me see. As you guys start to kind of make your way through, you hear Grayson off to the side, and looking over, you see him and Rai looking through one of the doors, and Grayson is telling Rye to like, hey, we can't be going through this stuff. We have to get out of here. We have to get somewhere safe. And Rye's just like, but I want to see what else is here. What if there's more important things here? What if our stuff is here? We don't know that. For all I know, my items are here. They could still be salvageable. Your stuff could be here. We don't know that. And even Jonathan's like, yeah, my stuff could be in one of these rooms. I'm gonna go to one of them. And you see him go up to one of the doors, and he opens it, and he looks and he's like, what the hell is in this room? What the fuck? And you see him just completely just go in, and he just keeps making like these comments like, whoa, this is really weird. It's huge. How do they make this room so big? There's a lot of stuff here. Does anybody see?
What's weird about it, lad? What's weird about it?
Well, it's like... Let me see which door he goes through. Just real quick. He goes in to a room that has the number 6 next to it. And if you follow behind him, if anybody does, or if anybody wants to.
I will.
Take a look.
Okay. Following behind Jonathan, you guys take a look, and you see in the center what looks like a sarcophagus. And all around is different decor. You see statues of different animals, different, what are they called? Ceramics of plants. You see a table off to the left-hand side of different belongings. For you, Oric, when you take a look, you look at everything around you, and you go over to the plate that's at the end. When you first walk in, you got a little plate at the feet of the sarcophagus. And when you take a look, first thing you notice, it's an Elvish. The other thing you notice is this was a queen. Thousands and thousands, centuries, probably millennials ago. So far back. And this was a queen who had taken over after her husband had passed. It even gives note of that. The ruler after the king in Elvish. And you realize, you get a little bit of a memory of being told of this by the king, that this queen ruled kind of like with an iron fist. She wanted everything to be perfect. She wanted everything to be good. She, even for a split second, had an army of elves that later on you learned that got switched to machines that the person you had met a couple of days ago had said that they had built for the royal family.
He has a robot army. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. But
Oh gosh.
you remember that before the kingdom had their machines, they once had armies that were regular people that seemed to have started with this queen. But yet, in this room is just filled with nature-inspired items. A lot of sculpted plants, birds, pets even. And even when you look at those plates, you actually realize these are not just sculpted. These were also sarcophagus for the pets that had also passed. Even the names are in Elvish. You see one that's for a dog. The dog's name was fuck it, Pipsqueak. But the statue of it was of a large dog, pretty large one. It is also decorated with actual jewels on the sarcophagus for the pet. And looking around at the other ones as well, you also realize that they were also sarcophagus for these pets. The only things that seem to not have been were the sculptured birds that are hanging above. And you see even more on the table. Like I said, is boxes and items that seem to have once belonged to this person as well. One of the boxes is a little bit transparent when you take a look, but it has a lot of dust, so when you go to like wipe it off, there's like at least a good layer or two of dust on this thing. But once you wipe it off, you see this beautiful necklace with a diamond in the center and what looks like sapphires lining around it, and then even going up the band of the necklace as well. And you see inside the same box is 2 sets of rings on either corner, both of diamonds as well, with the same ring of sapphires around it. But you take in the sight and you start to realize you were really never told that this was down here. Then again, where else would have the royal family have been buried, though? Most times they would be not buried in a regular cemetery, so I guess this makes sense on why this is here. They basically had their own cemetery below the castle. But you just hear Jonathan still going on about like how it is beautiful in here, it is gorgeous, and you hear his next statement going, I wonder if there's others just like these, and he immediately like leaves the room and goes to the next room across, and you hear the same sentiment of just, wow, this is even cooler than the other one. And you hear more doors open as he is going across to other doors to see if there's other sarcophagus as well.
I fail to see the immediate merit of eluding my ancestors, or at least those my ancestors served.
I mean, they're not my ancestors, so I don't know about you, but if there's dead people related to these objects, I'm gonna keep my hands right off them.
Eyes.
Are
they
I
just
do not
laying
want
out-
ghosts or living people to have a wrath on me?
Are they just laying out on the body, or
The
necklace? I mean,
Oh no, the necklace is in a box on a table off to the side.
okay.
I will say the sarcophagus itself looks like it's supposed to look kind of like the person who passed, kind of the similar of how in Egypt they would have had the sarcophagus look very similar to what the person who passed looked like, except it's the exaggeration typically.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, as Jonathan keeps like looking around in each room just to see if there's others similar. For you guys who are not in the same room, you do see him kind of going around, still making similar comments of just like, wow, this is really pretty. He then goes to a room that's a little bit further down. And he opens one of them. He looks inside. He's like, huh. Well, this one's not a weird burial site. This is just a room with bunk beds and scattered stuff. Huh. What? And you see him just kind of going inside. And after a little bit, you hear him going, "Ooh, okay." And he comes back out, and everybody who's outside of the rooms, you would see him holding a vial of something. It's a very small vial, but he seems very intrigued by it. And you see him holding it up, kind of like moving whatever is inside around. She's like, "This is either a nothing vial, or, if I'm lucky, vial of holy water. This might be handy to me." You see him just putting it in his pocket. And he comes back over to you guys. He's like, "Well, have you guys seen anything interesting? Because, I mean, sarcophagus are kind of cool. And I found something neat. Could be anything here."
Whatever we find, I think we should leave. Especially if this is just tombs.
I mean, there's the one I went into, the last one. It just had bunk beds. Probably more similar.
Why would you have bunk beds? Sorry.
You're good.
Interesting architectural choice.
Watch the tombs, I suppose.
You hear Grayson just pipe up. He's like, "Unless these could have hold other people, maybe people who worked here, watch people down below. Anything could be true." You hear Rye just piping up. She's like, "Oh, I think I found some more stuff." Grayson just goes, "Could you stop touching shit?" She's like, "But this one's kind of cool. I found some scrolls. I don't know if they have anything useful."
Roads?
Yeah, they got scrolls. They're all kind of tied up in ribbons. Very pretty ribbons, though. I might want to have the ribbons. Do you follow where she is?
You can have the ribbons if I have the scrolls. Elowen will follow along.
Oh, that's a good deal. I'll take that. And you follow into the room that she went into, which was rule number... That'd be number 2. Go into door number 2. And you do see a couple, like, boxes, and some open, some broken. A couple still haven't been touched by the looks of it, since there's a lot of dust on it as well. But you see her kind of crouched over on one that had, the box had open on its side. And you see her just, like, trying to gather as much as she can into, like, a centerpiece. And she's just like, "Yeah, I found these ones. Let me grab this one." She grabs one. She looks at the ribbon. She's like, "Ooh, this one's very pretty. It's a very nice pink color. I like it. Let me just..." She very, like, easily just unravels it with ease. You see her just putting into one of her, like, side pockets. And she's like, "Here you go. You can have this one." And she hands it up to you.
Yes.
And do you open it?
I'll take a look at the scroll.
Okay. You open the scroll, and initially it doesn't seem to have anything on it, but then after a little bit of time and a little bit of adjusting, you actually
There is no
realize
secret ingredient.
you actually realize that if you hold it just right, you can actually see something is written on it. And you find it, I would say you find it a little bit funny, because you find out it's a scroll of invisibility with invisible ink on it. That if you just hold it just right, you can see it and you can read it.
Ooh. Don't know this one. I'll have to write it down.
Oh, you have to write your stuff down?
Yeah. It's how a wizard does it.
Oh, you're a wizard. Huh.
Yes.
Interesting. I've never met a wizard. I only know a bunch of rogues.
Well, they have.
Oh, what you said? I didn't hear.
Well, now you have.
Oh, sweet. Let me see what else we got here. She kind of pieces through and she picks one up that has a purple tie on it. She's like, oh, I like this one. She unravels it once again very effortlessly and she hands you the scroll. She's like, here you go.
Thank you.
And as you go to open it, this one has words on it. And you find out it is a scroll of Find Familiar.
Someone else can have this. Very familiar with this one.
And as Rye keeps riling through a little bit, she finds one with a green ribbon on it. She takes that one off, but then she looks at it. She's like, I'll give this one to Grayson. I think he needs a ribbon. And she hands it up to you. She's like, here you go.
Thank you.
No problem. I'll keep looking.
Oh. Octavia,
Mm-hmm.
I have something for you.
Oh.
And I'll hand Octavia the scroll for Find Familiar,
Oh, interesting.
thus fulfilling the eternal prophecy that in every single D&D campaign she's in, Leanne will get a cat.
Yeah.
So,
Listen, I love cats.
The Shattered Seas will follow sometime.
We already have Archibald. I'm yanked off screen.
he's cat-like.
He is cat-like.
Yeah. But as you hand...
Kayla.
Yeah, Kalar. Well, he's dog-coded. He's dog-coded.
Yeah.
He's close.
Dog.
But as you hand Octavia the scroll of Find Familiar, you open up this one. But in this one, when you read it, it's not one that you've heard of before. This one's more unique.
Oh.
When you look at it, you find out it's written in red ink. It doesn't have any
Okay.
kind of weird smell. I'll let you know that. So it's nothing blood related.
Interesting.
But when you take a look at it, hold on. I don't think I have it written, but I have the wait, actually no, wait. I do have it. I think it's on my phone, of which this one
Excellent.
is. Oh, who texted me? Oh, that too. Let me see if I can find, because I know. Oh no, wait, I do know where it is. I have it in probably too many spaces.
Valid.
Is it then this one? It is here. You find... Ew. Okay. You find the spell with the scroll of Hunter's Moon. One that you've never heard of before. Which is strange, because you probably should have heard of spells similar to this. Especially with maybe how your family works, or any kind of books on spells that you would have probably ever seen. Even from other people's books, but this one you've never
Well, to be
heard of.
fair, she kind of had to study her magic a little secretly at
Yeah.
home,
Yeah.
seeing as,
Where are you located?
well,
Let me also put this.
grandmother effectively forbids anyone else in the family from practicing magic.
Yes.
Ooh, let the dogs out.
Ooh, 6th level. Oh,
Uh-oh.
This is a spell that I have come up with because I like ghosts way too much.
Ooh.
I'm a ghost lover by heart.
Ooh.
Hold on. Not heard of this one before.
Oh,
Any of you?
It's over.
It's called Hunter's Moon.
Yeah, that one does sound strange. I've never heard of that one. It's the only one with a green ribbon, though. Then again, there could be
Yes,
others.
yes, it is.
Does it sound strong? A strong spell is, I guess, a strong one. Then again, I don't know much about spells.
It seems it.
Well, we can keep looking at more of these spells. There's a lot of them with different colors and some with multiple. Oh, like this one. And she reaches out to one that has a like a sky blue ribbon. She takes it off, and before she even hands it to you, she actually looks at it and she's like, "I can't read this." All right, I forgot. I'm still learning how to read. Oops. Ah, here you go. She hands it right up to you. This one looks cool.
I'll take a look.
You take a look as you open it up, and let me look this one up. Let's see. Let's see. You deet. What does this one do? Oh, come on, computer. Don't be slow on me. Be slow on everything else, but not this. Hold on. Let me try it on my phone. Because I need to know what this does. Oh, that's what that does. You would think it would have a cooler name. Okay.
A.
I was like thinking, what does hollow do? But then I looked at it, I was like, no. No. We're gonna do this one. Actually, no. No, this one's even better. You look at the you look at the scroll and you realize this one, how the hell did they even get this as a scroll? It is Summon Draconic Spirit.
Ooh.
Yeah. But when you take a look at it, you find that everything relating to this, what was I saying? Like I said, so strange on how they were able to get this Summon Draconic Spirit, especially...
I get access to that in 2 levels.
Yeah, but now you have it as a scroll. But, like,
Yeah.
like say, why are these scrolls here? Kind of comes to your head a little bit. Like, why did they have these here? What was the purpose? Especially, like I said, Summon Draconic Spirit, find familiar. What? In
Summoning.
especially since there's like a whole boatload of other ones here that you've only scratched the surface of. What else could there be in these boxes as well? And for you, Oric, even I would say for you, you're like probably thinking, how are these here? Why are these here?
These are incredibly powerful spells to them to have access to.
Yeah, that's very strange. Why did this kingdom have these? Most of these would be sold for like a whole bunch of coin. At least 1,000 for some of these.
Perhaps they were stored here for safekeeping, given their power.
Well, I mean, like your friend said, find familiar? What does that even do? Does that find an animal? Finds a thing?
Conjures a fae or demonic spirit or something of the sort to serve as a companion, as I understand.
Oh, that's why they kept saying that about me. Ugh.
Hmm.
That's kind of sad now, thinking about it. I'm not demonic, I'm just a tabaxi. Well, as long as Grayson doesn't care. And you see her kind of like perch up a little bit. She's like, Grayson! And you hear him just going, I'm coming over. And you see him coming over. He's like, what did you find? What the hell did you get yourself into? She's like, I found some scrolls. They seem to really like these scrolls. And he has the most dumbfounded look. Like, only you would be able to find all these scrolls. What would have happened if you would have said one of them? She's like, well, I can't exactly read. Maybe I would have summoned something else. Maybe food. It's kind of been a while without food. They don't exactly come down here often for food. And Grayson he's just shaking his head. He's like, come on. We have to get out of here. Can't be going through all these. For all I know, you could actually find a scroll of fireball or something. I don't need you finding that either. It's not important. Especially since there is no market to take them to anymore. There's no way to trade half of them either. She's like, well, these people seem to really like them. Especially this one. She seems to really like the scrolls. She found one that was cool. At least by her definition. As Rye is pointing at you, Elowen. Like I said, there could be something good here. Like maybe in this other box, and you see... Oh, you're going?
Oh, no, I wasn't.
Okay. You see Rye stand up very quickly as she runs over to a box that hasn't been open, and you see her trying to pull with all of her might to get the side down, and she's giving it a shot. She's trying. She's not making much effort. And when she realizes she's not making much of a change, she's just like, is somebody here stronger than me? I can't exactly move this. Or open it. I am
Get your lass.
Oh no, a strength check.
Gonna walk on over.
Yeah, give me a strength check.
That's a 20.
Natural or unnatural?
18 plus 2.
Okay. Yeah. You come right on over and you give it a good couple of tugs at the side where Rye was, and after just a couple pulls, you manage to just rip it on out from its attachment to the rest of the boxes. And as you do so, you see a boatload of different kinds of books just spilling out. And dropping the wood, like the panel, Rye looks over. She's like, you're very strong. I like. He's good. He's a good, strong person. But books! You see Rye just diving headfirst into the pile of books.
Would there be anything I'd recognize?
When you look at the books, you... let's see. A couple of books you would catch a glimpse of are different kinds of manuals on different kinds of stuff, like how to repair different items. You would also see some books of history on different things. One that actually would stand out is this book written by a very interesting author that depending on if you had ever read the books, which I feel like being somebody who was on the sea, you might have heard of the name. You see the author's name, Draco. And it is a book entirely on water creatures and the unknown of the Great Sea.
What do we have here?
As you go to pick it up,
Pick up the book. Yeah.
you feel the weight of it. It's a pretty sturdy book. It is very nice as well. It has a very nice cover on it of waves. The book itself is like a nice blue, like dark blue, almost navy. Like I said, you see the name Draco written in gold lettering as well. And when you start to flip through a couple of the pages, you notice a lot of different names of different creatures. You see the Great Hydra, and the name would kind of ring a little bit of bells as a creature that, if I look at it, let me find it. It's a very smart creature. It's typically it's very large. It is bigger than leviathans, which, being out at sea, you probably had seen some of them from a far distance, but hydras, very different. They are, like I said, huge, very smart. They know what they're doing. They know everything about like themselves and what they choose to do. You actually remember that there was only one recorded case of a hydra killing somebody, which is strange, knowing how deadly these creatures are as well. But the reason why is because these creatures choose to not be around the coastline. They choose to stay further below the ocean, which is why they only have one confirmed case of someone dying by their hands. And you flip a couple pages of the knowledge about the Hydra, and you see a rough rendition of the creature as well. So bizarre that they are even real, or that they have been, like I said, recorded. But the fact that there's even a drawing of them is, like I said, weird, as they're not seen often enough. But like I said, as you keep looking around, flipping through some more of the pages, you come to one that you have definitely seen a couple of times, and it's actually about two creatures, mermaids and sirens. You also know that mermaids and sirens get easily mixed up. Both do something similar, but their purpose are complete opposites. It even causes issues with the creatures themselves, thinking, no, I do that. No, I do that. To the point that they just have given up on what they're supposed to actually do to get what they want. They just kind of go based off of their own instincts. Which you remember from mermaids. They like to lure people in to eat them. It is purely for food. They don't do it any other kind of way. They lure them in, they eat them. Sirens like to lure people in with songs. There are two different forms of them. There's the ones that are in the ocean and ones that are actual bird people. But your only concern for being on the ocean was the fish people. And how you had to be extremely careful with ever coming across a siren. But you also knew exactly where their territories were. They were pretty close to this coastline. So you knew, avoid those areas. You wouldn't be lured in. You knew how to not, in the sense of not getting lured in, you knew how to keep yourself safe around them if you had to go near their area, their territory. And you see different drawings and renditions of them as well. You could kind of see how they got mixed up. They both look like fish people, roughly, except one is 100% more scarier than the other one. But, yeah.
Never came across either of them in any travels. Fortunately.
Morgan will have their ocean senses activated, and they'll go over and they'll be like, "What's that about?"
Sirens and fish people. They're pretty
Ooh.
kind, you know.
Yeah. What's the book about?
Ocean crawlers and where to find them.
Listen, I know I said earlier that I did not want to touch dead people's stuff. I'm making an exception. We're bringing this with us. I need this.
And a change
I need
after half.
this.
All right, here you go, Les. Les? Question mark.
Anything works. Don't even worry.
Here you go, Les.
Thank you.
I'll say, as you're being handed this book, there's like this weird little sensation in the back of your brain. But then as soon as you kind of focus on it, it's gone.
Yeah, Morgan's entire reason for taking this is they're a fathomless warlock, but they constantly are fixated and obsessed with ocean-related monsters and ocean monsters and anything that lives in the ocean that is dangerous, because that's how their family died, and it became the sole thing that they think about when in relation to the sea. So having this is like, it has probably made being thrown in a jail cell worth it for them. And they will look apologetically at Auric, being like, "Sorry, but just like, it's my thing, you know?"
Well, law and order don't exactly apply under these circumstances, and if there's any benefit at all to them having this book, then I see no reason they should keep it. We can worry about what should be rightfully returned to the kingdom after we've liberated it properly.
Well put.
Oh, we got to return everything. Dang it! No. Like Grayson said, there's not much to sell. And even looking through these books, there's not much. I was hoping for interesting stuff here.
It wouldn't surprise me if anything truly valuable was already stored away by the occupiers.
I mean, you got those. And she points over at the scroll. She's like, they either didn't care about these ones or dumb.
That is a strange outlier. They certainly had wizards, so you'd think they'd be able to identify these. Could have just been a blind spot, I suppose.
Definitely could. And she...
Can I...
Oh, go.
Sorry. Just wanted to see if I could roll investigation.
Yeah, go for it.
Uh, 16 plus 3, 19.
Okay. What did you wanted to see? Did you want to still explore this room, or is there anything else that you wanted to see?
Mostly just of anything of value.
Okay. Yeah. You look more in this room. Like I said, you have the scrolls that seem to all be magic related. In the pile of books that you had gotten open, a lot of it seems to just be random books that got stored. Heck, even when you look at some of the boxes and crates that are open on their own, when you take a look inside, you either just see different kinds of blankets or clothing or different kinds of trinkets as well.
Has this been the contraband room?
Do you ask that? Is that...
Yeah, son. Yeah. This be the contraband room, maybe.
Well,
That could make sense.
yeah, that would make sense. The fact that this has more stuff in here, I wonder... You see Rye get up and go over to the other room across that hasn't been open, and she takes a look inside. She's like, this one's nothing. It's just open boxes and dust. Don't see anything useful here. And you see you're kind of going up to the rooms further above. And you see her looking through a couple other rooms. And you do hear her call from one room. She's like, oh, this paper, this fancy paper. Let me bring this to you. She comes over to where you guys are, and she's just like, I found fancy paper. It has writing. I still can't read. She just holds it up for anybody to read.
Let me have a look.
Okay. And she lets you take a look at it. And as you start to read it, once again, it is written in Elvish, but it's sloppy in some areas, where some areas they're using common and not Elvish. And in some areas, it is the wrong Elvish word that you would use. But you do get the point across that it seems like whoever wrote this was trying to get some kind of message to somebody. They were trying their best at it being an Elvish, but sucked at it greatly. But as you piece together what it says, realize it's a letter that was addressed to some king. It definitely wasn't your king, but it was some other king. It does, like I said, come off as an Elvish king, somebody who used to rule here. But it seems like a very urgent message about some kind of danger that would arise. It does not seem to really post through for the most part. So even trying to get any kind of information off of the paper would be slightly useless in the current stance, but it still gets the point of somebody wrote this to be urgent. There was some kind of danger going on at the time. Whether the danger happened or not, you can't tell just based off of this letter alone. But Rye does look at you. She's like, what does it say? Seem engrossed in it.
It seems to be a warning to one of our kings of the past of some great impending danger.
Huh.
Would Orc recognize, like, is this the specific king that he served, or was it one before?
It was one from the past, definitely not your king. If you want to give, maybe. Oh, sorry, I didn't know. My mic was not picking up there for a second. If you want to do like a history check to see if maybe you could remember, if you were told about
Yeah, sure, I'll
this.
roll history.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's a 14.
As you try to remember who this could have been, or the events that this was, you don't remember the king itself. But you do remember that you were once told a very long time ago, very far enough from the past that it was somebody who could have been related to the king before he became king. So it was either like a great-grandfather, greater-grandfather, who knows. But back then, it seems like there was some great issue that was going to happen. As you try to remember it, you distinctly remember that during that exact time frame of where this letter could have come from, could possibly have lined up with a massacre that had happened to a set group of individuals. Trying to remember who those individuals might have been is a bit tough, but you do know something did happen that related to a massacre, and this individual somehow knew that this was going to happen and was warning the king of it happening. I'll say that's roughly about what you're able to remember. I need to take off my glasses. So, yeah.
There was a massacre. Apparently, whoever sent this letter wasn't successful. The details are lost on me, but... I wish I knew who could have written this.
That is kind of sad. I can go see if there's any other papers relating back to it. And you see her kind of just walking off back to the room that she was in. And she comes back and she has like a couple other pieces of papers. And she's like I said, I can't quite read, but these look like the similar fancy paper. Maybe this could help you piece it together. She hands it up to you.
Thank you.
No problem. I have a good eye for finding things. And as you look at the paper, you try to put together in what order these should have been. And once you're able to, it takes you a little bit of time, you realize the order of events. The paper that you were given was the second in order of what was happening. You find the first one, written to the same king, and it seems to be less urgent. It just is once again stating more of this in common than Elvish, where it is stating the initial threat. There's going to be a massacre. We need some kind of protection. Could you aid us with that protection? Depending on what the answer was, doesn't seem to have been a good one, since the one that you just read was the next one in line, which was a little bit more urgent. The third paper that follows suit of it actually seems to be a message back that they had gotten back from the person, which looks like an attachment to the fourth paper. But the third one seems to have been towards this individual, and you have a name. You see the name Star. It's addressed to Star. And this one is in a little bit of broken common-ish. A lot more elegant Elvish on this one, but it's trying to be written in common, where it just states, I'm sorry, there's not much we can do. We know of this happening since you've let us know, but there's not much we can offer in support. We don't know where you guys came from. We have to protect ourselves. The paper after that is more urgent and a little bit more firm, this time in strangely even better Elvish. Like, it is gorgeous. Like, this matches what you would have probably have seen, like the royal family would have, how they would have written, but it's not coming from them. It's coming from this Star person. This time it's, like I said, way more aggressive, stating, if you do not help us, the gods will come down and haunt you. They will hunt you down. Do not anger them. Please help us. And as you read that last message that was sent, not even needing to read the fifth one, the memory of what you were told of this massacre comes back to you. This was the massacre of all the Azimers years ago. You remember that there was a tragedy of how people assumed that Azimers were not good people, that they did not come from the gods, that they came from something darker, and how people assumed there were not good people. This was before tieflings. Before tieflings were ever a thing. There were Azimers. And how people were scared and frightened of it. And how you were not too sure of what you could have gotten yourself into. You could have gotten yourself into any kind of situation. But, like I said, that memory of what happened, the knowledge of what happened, and knowing that after almost every single Aasimar was killed, you remember that the gods did come down. The god of life came down and sternly told every single place, both this place that you're in, Atheabus, any other place, that you need to stop. These are our children. Do not lay a finger on them unless they have committed a crime. Do not ever mess with them. And it had frightened people so badly that they all felt immense guilt for what they did. But the god of life was forgiving. He said, it's fine. I understand your concern. Just don't do this again. And so far afterwards, no other kind of massacres like that had happened. A lot of Aasimars seem to have returned back, as you have met so far too. And especially in the case of your friend Quincy, who is an Aasimar, seems to be very important to people. Seems to be taken more serious at this point. But the fact that you have actual letters of this time frame is crazy. Whoever hid these or kept these down here was either trying to preserve these or just simply just were like, it's letters. We can't understand it. But that's what you realize about these letters as you have read them. Like I said, you don't even need to read the fifth one. You understand it now. You know what it would have said. It would have been a forgiveness. But, yeah. But I will say, Rye's looking at you. Do you have? Does it show on your face, how you feel right now?
Oric just looks appalled.
What is wrong? What is wrong? Are these sad papers?
These are from the Aasimar. You may not be old enough to remember, or you may simply have not been there, but they were massacred once, believed to be inherently evil.
Oh.
We could have helped. We didn't.
Oh, jeez. That is very sad. I don't like that. I'm going to be honest.
I won't claim to know the motivations of one's king. I would like to think we had our reasons. But...
Oh, jeez.
Well, what's done is done.
Yeah, that's horrible. Aasimars. Oh, that name. Aasimars. Are they higher beings, right?
They're children of the gods, yes.
I knew one once. I don't know where she ended up, but I knew one once. She was very kind. She wasn't very certain about her, leader, though. And she looks over at Grayson, who's just like, don't say anything. He has that look like, don't say anything. Don't mention who it is. And she's just like, yeah, our leader. She wasn't very sure about him. I don't know why. Maybe she thought he was not a good person. Maybe. I don't know. And Grayson just face palms. He's like, the fact that you can remember that much information. Don't spill any more. And he has his both hands in his face.
What do you have left to hide at this point?
Well, I guess I guess the guy's dead now. Ugh. You've heard of beholders, right?
I have, yes.
Yeah, our leader, he was one. He was our leader.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like I said, we went back to go check on him, and he was already dead. We were kind of sad. We were gonna figure out how to get him out of here safely. But then again, I don't know how beholders exactly get out of places. He kind of just was more of a do this job, get some coin, get this stuff, get this, the whole nine yards. You know how we do things. We're rogues. We take things that we don't really need. But yeah, smart choice on our part, I guess. But like I said, he kind of helped us out a lot. Very nice if you would have met him. We might have to find somebody else at this point, or go somewhere else. I mean, we do know of another place. But yeah, fun on our part.
I imagine so, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we were met by an Asmar. Still don't know her name. She didn't really tell us. She was trying to do some kind of agreement with our leader, but he didn't seem to, in his words, too fucking occupied to bother with that. So but yeah, I know at some point we're gonna have to just figure out something else to do with our lives at this point, but gonna be honest, I'd rather not stay here much too longer. I don't think there's anything else you guys care about here, right?
Not here, I would imagine that.
Well, I'd rather get the hell out of here, if I'm gonna be honest. I would like to be away from this place for a while. Maybe travel to maybe a Theabus or something. Or somewhere farther away. So guess we get out of here.
The party's
Yeah. If everybody else is wanting to go.
Yep.
May I try something?
Sure.
So in Thieves' Cant, I'm going to ask little Tabaxi girl.
Okay.
You can tell me what was his name? Which I guess would be something like, in Thieves' Cant.
Oh, okay. You ask her, and she realizes that you can talk in Thieves' Cant, and she actually gets a little happy, and she starts speaking in Thieves' Cant to you. But it's when she realizes that you asked her about the guy, she's just like, oh, right. The leader, his name was Farcano.
Interesting. Thank you.
No problem. He's a very lovely guy. Very kind. And she slowly transitions into common.
Sounds like a wonderful person.
Oh, he very much was. He always gave us good missions, very good things to go on. Then again, like I said, we were only in one faction. There were tons of us. Some of us had to travel very far. I think some of us had to travel by boat to islands. I wasn't allowed, I can't swim. So yeah.
And I'm going to take a quick look at Grayson to see, the reaction, I guess.
He looks over at you and is just like kind of intrigued that you can speak in thieves' cant. And he says something to you in thieves' cant. He's like, never met anybody who could speak like that. But
Aye.
but he just kind of says, she kind of gets excited when people can speak a secret language like that with us.
Aye, who wouldn't? You need to know these things, doctor, you know.
What kind of doctor are you?
Oh, you know, the school of back alley medicine.
That's very helpful. We had a couple people like that. Well, very limited of them. Most of them had to learn from some druids. But they were decent. But yeah, and so you guys are now leaving, correct?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you all leave, you head up to the next staircase that leads out. And as you come to these very tall doors, you see Grayson stop for a second. He's like, hold on. And you see him put his ear to the door. And he's like, I hear some talking. I think there's some people behind these doors. Do you want us to try and find another way out of here? Or is there another way out of here? Or do we just go, swords ablazing through that door?
To be honest, I'm not quite sure. It's hard to say exactly how long we were truly undetected when we first came here, and I'd ever not be at the mercy of her. At least until we're prepared to end this.
You hear Jonathan speak up. He's like, well, I mean, if we go through, I think we have enough people to possibly take out what's on the other side. I would say we got... Do you hear any other voices on the other side? He asks Grayson. He's like, I hear about maybe 4, possibly 5. It's kind of hard to tell through a wooden door. And Jonathan's just like, we got enough people to handle them. It'll be fine. Especially with these fists, I can handle them on my own. Maybe have to think about a couple people to get myself psyched up, but I can handle it. But Grayson's just like, I don't know. Like I said, we could go just right on through, toughen out whatever's on the other side, and be fine. I just don't know.
I'll follow your lead, lad.
Well, who's all for just going on through?
If we proceed this way, we will have to show no mercy. It's a privilege we've lost.
Well, it'll be worth it, at least to me. And you hear Jonathan just going, whatever we have to do to get out of here is going to be worth it. I'll feel bad. I don't like having to hurt people, but if it has to be done, it has to be done. And
I don't think anyone wants to be around dead people more than they have to be.
true. And even Rye's just like, oh, but it'd be a lot of fun. I managed to sneak in my little dagger, so I can do the stabby stab.
I'd prefer to have my own personal weapon at hand, but I can make do without for the time being.
Okay. Hold on. Leanne, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure. I was just like, you're being quiet. No, I just want to make sure that you're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Still vibe.
Gotcha. Okay. Then, if you guys would want to go through, we definitely can.
So we can wait another sec for Elowen.
Yeah, probably best. In the meantime, I'll get this going. And I will get a couple other things up.
Before we break through the door.
Yeah, we're just waiting for
Eve will be back on in a sec.
yeah, just waiting for her.
Can Sako preemptively take off his eye patch
Yeah, if you want to.
just for the cool factor? So
Yeah.
one's like blue and the other one's yellow.
Nice. I'm gonna be referencing one of my characters for
I'm back.
hey.
Welcome back.
Okay. So everybody's gonna go through the door. So with the help of Jonathan getting the door open, figuring out that it's not pull, it's push.
Oh no. Also, what
Damn.
did Morgan say just now?
I don't think anyone needs to be sorry. I don't think anyone wants to be around dead people more than they need to be.
I like the company.
But yeah, as Jonathan gets the door open for everybody, you all stand and you see on the other side about 5 people who, when they notice your presence, which is very quickly as they hear the sound of the door just hitting the sides of the wall, they all turn to you guys and they look and they're just like, "Hey, you're supposed to be in your cells. What the hell? What? We gotta stop them. We can't let them pass." And the next guy right next to him is just like, "Well, no shit, Sherlock. They're supposed to be in their cells. Just get your weapons. I'll hold them off for now." And the one that was speaking to the other comes up to you guys, keeps his distance, and you see him holding like a shield off to his side. He's just like, "Okay, we can do this an easy way or the hard way. Easy way, we all escort you back down to your cells. Nobody gets hurt, hopefully, and everybody's all good. Or the hard way, we attack you. Pick your poison."
I
I
prefer a
don't
way
think
where
I
you pay
feel
for
like
crimes
giving.
that-
Sorry.
Sorry, you can go ahead.
I don't really feel like giving you the easy. Letting you take the easy way.
Indeed, I'd rather you pay for your crimes against the kingdom and ourselves.
Our crimes.
Who's Sherlock?
His name's Sherlock. And he points to the guy he was arguing with. He's like, that's his name. He's not very bright sometimes. But still. Also, yeah.
You can just call me Moriarty.
Also, our crimes. You should be talking to the other people who've been committing crimes against other people.
Your
Not
entire
like the show,
occupation.
though.
You do. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Your entire occupation here is absurd.
Absurd. Absurd. What this kingdom did to people should be seen as a war crime. At least to us. But fine. You don't want to go the easy way. That's fine. More fun for us. I would like everybody to roll for initiative.
Gladly.
Uh-huh.
That's a 10.
That is... Oh.
Are you okay?
4.
Was that everyone roll?
Yeah, everybody rolls.
I got an 8.
Hey, Cosmic, initiative is a d20 plus your dexterity modifier.
Let me just roll these real quick. Okay, 6, 7,
Even better, thank you. 14.
8, 9. Okay. Okay,
I forgot to add next, by the way. It was 10.
okay, if you just want to put it into chat for me real quick, that way I can get everybody written down. 8,
17.
Nice.
What's cold?
9. Okay. And then let me get... I'm gonna have Rye and Grayson share. Ah, if I can roll this dice correctly. Jeez. Jesus. What the hell? Oh, poor buddy. My poor man. Okay. So 4, 10, 10, 14. Leanne, I think, said 17? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let me get these in order. Let's see. Who got next? And then Tavia. Who was next? And sorry, this is a lot. Two of you have the same initiative, so I'll put you both on the same one. But you guys can pick who goes. And then... oh boy, if I can type this right. This is long. And...
For the 10, Starch, you can go first.
Okay, appreciate it.
There we go. It's a lot of people. And I'll say for...
It's at least 8 or 9 of us. Or...
Yeah. So...
Yeah, 8 or 9 of us, I think.
Yeah. So... Everybody is, like, kind of, like, in a row, but staggered amongst each other. The guy that you guys were talking to, is Guy 1. He's in front of you guys. Sherlock, who now has a name, he's off to the right of you guys. For 3, 4, and 5, they're all like stagnant to your guys' left a little bit. So for Rye and Grayson, like I said, they share. So they're going to be hitting, because they're going to be on the left-hand side, they're going to be hitting, each one of them is going to try and hit 4 and 5. So let's see if they can. Yeah, they definitely hit that. So you see both Rye and Grayson go to attack each person. Let me get numbers. I'm going to... Where's the phone? I'm gonna half this number a little bit, because that's a lot. So for Guy 5, he takes 6 is and then Guy 4 then takes -5. Okay. And like I said, they dash to them, so they are kind of like in combat of both people. So that's going to be the end of their turn, and then we have Sherlock. He is going to use a longbow on you, Morgan. So his longbow does an 11 hit ya?
Morgan?
Martin?
Martin?
Sorry, I dissociated after we did initiative.
It was an 11 to... does that hit ya?
Is that armor class?
Yeah, that's your armor
Yes.
class.
Mine is 12.
Okay, so it doesn't hit ya.
Awesome.
So, yeah, he tries to hit ya, and it kind of just... He just barely misses ya by a little bit. So yeah, that is... You're all good. So that is the end of his turn. And then Guy 4, he's going to take a swing at... I think it was Rye that was trying to hit him. That is... Oh, yeah, that hits her. You see him take a short sword that he has in his hand. And you see it take a good, like, stab at her. And you hear her cry out. as she gets like pierced. And we're gonna have this. Minus 5. But she's still holding strong. And now it is Octavia.
Hello. So, I'm going to be fucking crazy, actually.
Do it.
And, because again, she would not lock into this unless she felt it was life or death. But just the sheer amount of people they're fighting. She's again going to try to use some of the illusion magic.
Okay.
My sheet loading. It's D&D Beyond. It's just being a bitch. 1 second. Okay, here we go. So, because I'm smart. I planned my turn before my turn. I'm going to cast 3rd level Charm Person.
Okay. Who are you?
And it's a range of 30 feet.
Okay. I think that's... Is that usually on one person?
Typically on one. Or actually, ooh, what would be better? Would Hypnotic Pattern be 1 as well, or is that max?
Hypnotic Pattern is
30-foot
really good, but
cube.
it is indiscriminate.
Okay, so it's only a single person as well, too?
Well, no. Hypnotic Pattern hits everyone in, I want to say, like a 20 or 30-foot cube, but it
Yeah.
hits everyone.
Okay.
Yeah. Also...
It says range area 120 feet or 30 feet cube.
Yeah, 30-foot cube. Everyone in there makes a save.
Yeah.
That would be a very good spell if you can manage not to catch any of us.
The attack / save. Ooh. I imagine she's pretty, like... Could I use one of my turns to move forward so that I'm out of range of the other players, and then my secondary action to cast?
Yeah, like, movement... You have, like, I think you have a certain amount of movement that you can use, so... Yeah, it doesn't count as, like, an action. Well, it's like a thing you could do.
Excuse me. So I'm going to cast 3rd level Hypnotic Pattern, which its attack save is Wisdom 14.
Wisdom 14 for... all the fighters that you're hitting?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just do one group one, and you said it was a wisdom, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, they suck at it, so... They got... Well, I think you said it was a 14 to beat?
Yes.
Okay, looks like they actually beat that. They got a 16.
Fully understandable.
Okay then. Does it do anything if on a save or...
It says, so creature within area matter must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have charm condition for the duration.
Okay.
While charmed, they have a incapacitated connotation and speed of 0. Spell ends for the affected creature. So
since they saved...
wait, forgive me, I'm confused. Does that mean that it worked or that it failed? It failed, right?
Yeah, a save
If
means...
they pass the save, then nothing happens.
Okay.
Okay, so you try to kind of charm them, but they're holding strong. I was not expecting them to get that high of a number. But yeah, you...
Wait, so all of them succeeded?
Yeah, I just did like a group one just to make it a little bit simpler. Unless you want me to
but-
do it in each... Unless you want me to do it in each one.
I mean, each one would be kind of more like, you know, I mean,
Yeah, I can...
if all of them are in the area of effect, then
Okay, then I will just count that for one of them that they saved. So. Okay, one of them failed. And one of them got a nat 20.
Oh no.
Damn.
The other one failed. And okay, that is 3 people that failed. 2 of them,
That's
6
people out of the fight for the moment.
Yep. So you see, as you go to charm them, you see 2 of them still holding strong, like they're not letting this affect them. But you see the other 3, it consumes them. You actually see the 2 that were getting into the start fighting, both Grayson and Rye just kind of like stop and kind of like lower their weapons as the charm a bit, like the charming of it takes over them. But the one guy that you try to charm, the one in front, he is holding, like I said, really strong. And then a third guy next to the other 2 that just got charmed is still holding it. But the guy that's Sherlock, not holding it. So, yeah. And then next person is guy number 5, but he's incapacitated, so that means he can't do anything, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so it just skips over his turn, and now it's to you, Cosmic. It's your turn.
So I can see guard number whatever stabbed the tabaxi.
Yeah, currently he is like under the charm effect.
Yep.
But you do see him.
Something I will say, something useful to keep in mind: they do not get to repeat the saving throw. They will stay incapacitated until they get shaken out of it or we hit them.
All right. I'll just cast healing word on the tabaxi.
Okay. Yeah, how much healing do you do?
That's let me check that actually.
What level is it at?
Only 2.
All right, that would be.
I think it's 2d4 plus 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we're using the 2014 rules, which I think we mostly are, then it'd be 2d4 plus your spellcasting modifier. Yeah.
That's an 8.
Okay. 8. That basically gets her back to full health.
Nice.
So yeah, as you go to heal her, you see her kind of like regaining her kind of like strength, and she starts to like shake off whatever she was feeling, and she takes a look back at whoever did it, and she's just like, "Thank you."
No problem at all.
Okay. And is there anything else that you are able to do, or is that it?
I think that'll be everything, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really dare hit anybody.
Yeah. So, okay. As you go and heal Rye, the third guy, still not underneath any of the spell effect. Okay. Okay. We'll just... Gotcha. I will take note of that. So after you go...
Sorry.
You're all good.
Don't be sorry you've got you tomorrow.
Yeah,
So fucking exhausted.
I get you.
It's
Forget it.
okay.
Why? Been very, very fun though.
Yes.
Really enjoyed.
Good night.
Sleep
Alright.
well.
Good night.
Oh god.
But as you go and heal Rye, third guy who's definitely still keeping a level head, looks back at the tabaxi, looks over at you guys, and decides you just healed her. He's gonna take a wild stab at her again, just to ruin all of it. Yeah, that hits her. So you see how she was once healed, and she looks so happy, and then all of a sudden she just feels the stab of the short sword going into her once again, and she looks over at the person with like alarm that she just got healed and is now stabbed again. She's just like, oh come on, I just got healed. Don't do this to me.
Now, why'd you have to go and do that for?
Because you don't want to go. You don't want to go easy. So we're not making it easy. And after his turn, it's going to you, Orc.
Alright. So, at least one of the guards is still charmed, yes?
Yes, you have 3 of the guards that are charmed.
Are any of them still holding their weapons, or are they on the floor?
I would say some of them are still slightly holding on to the weapon. It looks like it's gonna fall out of their hand at some point, and others have just completely just discarded what they were having, like what was in their hands.
Alright. Oric is gonna run up and grab one of the swords off the ground.
Okay, so now you have a short sword in your hand.
Okay. And then he's going to run up to one of the non-sharp guards, like ideally the one that just attacked.
Okay, yeah, you're able to do that.
And that is going to be a true strike.
Okay,
So let me roll to hit for that.
gotcha.
That is a 24 to hit. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that works.
Heck yeah, it does.
Oops, that would be 2d6 plus. Get the damage for that. Dice pot. That is 17 radiant damage.
Oh boy. You just hit that man. He did not see that coming whatsoever. He was actually, you doing that to him just really just takes him by surprise. And he feels all this amounts of pain just building in him as he takes all that fucking damage. But he's still ever so slightly holding on as he looks over to you. He's like, I ain't backing down.
Oh, then I'll have to prove the point further. So, now that's a quickened true strike.
Oh,
We do it again.
nice.
Does a 10 hit?
No, it does not hit.
Well, in that case, I'm re-rolling it with inspiration. How about another 24?
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Jeez.
This time it's 17 more radiant damage.
How
Like, as this guy spins around, Oric pulls the short sword out and just slashes him hard across the face.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Okay. And that's how you kill him? Anything more detail you want to give for it?
At least you've stared your death in the face. It's more than I can say for some of my partners.
As you say that, you see the light in his eyes just dim as he falls to the ground. I assume it's Morgan's turn.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
What would you like to do?
What is the nearest nearest guy to Morgan?
The nearest would probably be the guy that was talking to you guys. He kind of took a stance close to you, but he was trying to keep like sword-length distance away, like a long sword distance away. But he's close.
How does he feel about Eldritch Blast to the face?
Give it a shot. So,
What dice do I roll initially?
It's a d20 plus your charisma modifier plus free right now.
Hell yeah. "21.
you said 21?
21, yes.
Okay, was that? Is it Eldritch Blast or Magic Missile that insta hits?
Eldritch Blast.
Okay,
Magic missile instantly hits, but this is Eldritch Blast. But that's a 21 to hit.
okay, 21 to hit. Yeah, it hits.
Awesome. That's 4. 4 damage.
It's all good. 4 damage is still good.
Damage is damage.
Heck yeah.
However, I will say, you get a second beam. You can do it again.
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Wonderful, that was 8.
Yeah, you try to hit him again with that second one, and it slightly misses. But he realizes what you have done, and he's just like, "Oh, you're a little bit cocky, aren't we?"
Morgan
And
just shrugs.
and you see him as it's now. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
You angered him by doing that, as he goes to run up and take a swing at you. That is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Does a... Hold on. I re-look at that number. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Okay. He hits you with his short sword, and it comes to an 8. And
Okay, I have a problem with my hit points. 12 is... At level 7, I should not have 12 hit points, right?
No, you should not. You
Damn.
can choose to roll for your additional hit points you get when you level up, but I can just give you the average amount you'd have, if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Okay, what is your Constitution modifier?
+0.
Alright, so that would be, let's see, 8. You have 38 hit points.
Thank you so much. Yeah, was it 8 damage?
Yep, 8 damage.
Yeah, awesome, awesome.
Also, on here it says they have 2 attacks, but I'm just keeping it down to 1 since there's multiple, just to make it easy for now.
No room to escalate later.
Yeah, it'll be 100% worse later. And yeah, now he is kind of in close combat with you. Oh, but he's definitely going to regret it, as it's now Jonathan's turn. And he's going to try to punch the guy. So... Oh, Jonathan, you lucky man. He goes and takes a strike at that man, as he is 100% mad that he's attacking you in particular. And that is that. And as he goes to attack and hit this man, hold on, that is that. He cries out, he's like, You should never hurt somebody like that. That is dirty play. I understand you have a sword and all, but that doesn't matter. You do not you do not strike anybody like that. And in his field of rage, as he is just fucking pissed at this guy, he goes and takes another hit at him as well. And he misses it. He's so pissed that he misses the guy and just damn near just hits you on accident, Morgan. But he manages to control it just enough to where it doesn't hit you. And as he realizes, he's like, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to hit you.
It's alright, don't worry.
And that would be the end of Jonathan's turn. Elowen was wanting to do Blight. Let me look at Blight. Let's see. That's not helpful. Blight. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I will say, seeing all this happening, Elowen goes and decides this guy needs to shut the fuck up, and goes to attack the guy that attacked you, Morgan, and Jonathan was trying to attack. So, he needs to make a con save. He's decently well at con saves. I'm pretty sure he saves on that one. I don't know what her thing was, but he got...
I think it'd probably be 16 by now.
Probably, yeah, and he got a 15 plus 8.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, he does save on it, but he does take half damage, so...
So how much is that? I could quick roll it for you if you'd like.
8d8 necrotic.
Alright.
Which I don't know if there's any pluses to that.
There is not.
Okay.
That's 29 or 15 after having it.
Oh yeah, he's dead. That motherfucker's dead. So yeah, even though he is able to initially be like kind of take it, everything just consumes him as his body just falls to the ground lifeless, and as everybody else is still dazed, still affected by the spell that Octavia had put on everybody. But you do see Grayson going over to Rye and helping her with some bandages, trying to heal her back up as best as he can. And you see her just kind of like squirming a little bit at the touch of him, like touching the wound. And you do hear him stating just like, just keep still. You'll be fine. It's okay. You don't need to worry about anything. As you see him just covering up where he was once attacked. And you just hear her just going, but it hurts. I don't like this. I don't like that we had to fight. But I understand it had to be done. And you just see the two just at it with each other. But you do see that when Rye goes to bat at Grayson, she doesn't have her claws out. She's just batting at him very loosely. Jonathan, though, comes over to you, Morgan. It's just like, I am so sorry for almost hitting you. I was not trying to. I was so just pissed off at that man.
No. It's alright, I get it. Don't even worry.
I know.
You're good.
I don't ever like hitting women. I just cannot. Even if, like, yeah.
I'm gonna stop you there, buddy. Not quite a woman, but I appreciate the intention.
Yeah, sorry. But still, I just don't like seeing other people, like, you know, having to hurt people like that, especially playing that way. It's just, you see him looking over at the guy whose body's just crumbling. He's just, you see tears kind of forming in his eyes. Weirdly enough.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just, like I said, I don't ever like having to hurt people. It just doesn't feel like what I should do. It's not what a proper gentleman should be doing. Having to hit other people or whatnot, but in a way,
There's no rules about what a quote-unquote proper gentleman should do.
I know, it's just
It's whatever you feel it is.
I know, it's just a standard I've had to put myself through. Just to... But... They deserved it. They were fully willing to attack us. They did not care, so...
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
We didn't
So in
watch
the
them
in the
inside
background,
out of nowhere.
You were saying?
sorry,
You're good.
go ahead.
Okay. What were you saying, Martin?
Sorry, I was done.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say you guys are debating whether a proper gentleman, and Sako is rifling through the body as we speak.
I will say, Jonathan, after looking around and notices, it's just like strange, but each to their own. Each people do things differently. I knew somebody.
I mean, we whatnot.
Yeah, they're dead at this point. But what do we do about the others? They're kind of just there. Do we mess with them or leave them be?
I mean, they'll surely snap out of it eventually. We're best served taking care of them now.
I guess.
Oh, Octavia looks. You want them out?
Would that be safe?
Well, no, don't. If we wake them up, they'll just go right back to trying to kill us. And if we leave them here, then they'll raise the alarm. It seems cruel, but there's only one thing to do.
I can keep them occupied for quite some time. That's not a problem.
If you insist.
Of course. Usually, like, if we wanted them to, I could just have them rest for like 8 to 10 hours, and then surely by then we wouldn't need to worry. I could compel them to just not draw weapons against us, which is a quicker and easier solution.
Is that something you're capable of? I hadn't thought
Yes.
as much.
I don't
Well, by
like
all
doing
means.
it, but
Okay. I'm gonna try to cast Compulsion, 4th level.
Okay.
And I'm cheesing it a little for the sake of the narrative, if you'll spare me the ability to cheese it.
Yeah.
I'd love it if it could affect them all.
Yeah, I will say in this instance, just for this, yeah, you're able to.
Hell yeah! Your Honor, she's a cracked character.
Your Honor, she's genetically cracked.
She's built different.
She is. It's
Scientific
also
term
a
is
roll
only
of
different.
initiative.
She's built different from the crib.
Oh my goodness.
The cradle, not the crib. Sorry, I was too British for a second.
If anything, I would think cradle is more fancy than crib. Crib's a normal word.
Yeah, built different from the cradle.
Oh my god. But yes. Oh, honestly, I probably should take this moment of opportunity to, like, use it to actually characterize her in session a bit. Octavia's entire thing, right? Like, her whole, like, problem
with her powers is because she hates being mean or being perceived to herself as being rude. And so, like, the idea, like, the reason she doesn't tap into the crazy shit she has all the time is it's twofold. One, narratively, it has to be a fair fight for the rest of the party and the opposing forces, right? I can't have her one shot everyone all the time, every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I needed to give her a narrative reason to ignore her abilities, which is very simply, she feels guilt using them. But when it comes to life and death, she does justify it.
Yeah.
So this is going to be one of those moments.
Okay.
Where she looks at them and she goes, "May I have your attention?" Well, actually, no, she wouldn't say may I. Your attention, if you will. I want you to see the members of my party, my friends, and our allies as allies of your own. You will not draw weapons against us, and you will not harm us. In fact, you will try to solve problems with peace and nonviolence unless you are acting in self-defense. Is that understood?
You say that out to them, and in their days, they all collectively nod to you.
Wonderful. Now, I'm going to slowly drop the illusion. You guys will wake up feeling refreshed and go about your day.
Okay. So you drop the illusion.
Hmm.
And for just a little bit, you see a little bit of a panic come to them. But then suddenly they act normal. They get up. They kind of just abandon whatever weapons that they had. And they kind of just go. Each one of them going into different areas, different directions. One even goes down to the cells, just kind of to do something, whatever is particularly on their mind. You see some of them just leaving the area altogether. So yeah. I will say on the bodies that are now dead, because Cosmic, you were looking through one of them?
Yep.
You actually would be able to find a couple things on one of them. The one body that you look at, you find a pair of keys, multiple different kinds of keys, different sizes, some looking newer, some looking older, a little rustic on some of them. But you also find on the same body a couple potions of healing, and on another one you find same thing, couple, like at least 2 potions of healing on the other one.
What have we here? Ooh, jackpot. And I'm just gonna take all of it.
Yeah.
Tee-hee.
Ooh.
You do see Jason carrying Rye on his back now. She looks a little bit smug that she was able to be on his back again. But whenever he kind of looks over at her, she looks pathetic. Like, just so miserable, just acting like she's in the worst amount of pain. But as soon as he's not looking at her, smug face again.
She's silly. She's just silly.
She's very silly.
Morgan will, having watched Octavia do that, jaw on the floor basically, turn to her and go, "You can just do that at any time? You can just do that? How? Who taught you?"
She smiles and she goes, "Well, I was trained by my uncle because my mother was missing for quite some time."
Huh. sorry. You're incredible.
Oh, don't worry about it.
So, like, you can just do that at any point in time. And you're just that good at magic.
She nods.
Is your uncle some, like, insane magician who lives in a literal tower somewhere?
You wouldn't. She laughs and she goes, "You're never gonna believe this, but yes."
Really? Oh, that's fucking insane. Sorry for my language.
She nods.
That's
Oh, don't worry. I know I don't seem mature, but it's profanity's fine. I just don't swear.
That's you're fucking insane.
She nods.
I'm suddenly far more glad to be part of this group. Not that I wasn't before, but just like you're crazy powerful.
I must admit that power
you.
settles me a little, but I trust in your judgment.
Oh, well, thank you. I personally choose to not use it unless situations are absolutely dire. I've used it twice in the last year, and both of which have been with this party.
I can commend that attitude.
Yeah. You could literally get anything you want with that power. And yet you're here. That's so fun.
Well, I think working hard and earning what you get is more important than being given it.
Yeah.
Sako is like scratching his chin, like he's thinking about something.
In your mind there.
It's nothing. It's nothing.
I will say you see, like so you see, Grayson and Rye coming up to you guys, and Rye looks over, and she's just like, I think we should try to keep going forward. I think a little bit. Sadly, I probably won't be able to do much in the form of damage as I've been extremely hurt. And as she looks over to one of you, over to you, Morgan, you see like this slight smirk that forms as she says that, and then immediately it just like goes away as soon as she's back to like acting like she's in a lot of pain. She's like, it just hurts so bad. Grayson, I'm not going to be able to help you. What are you going to do?
I bet that's hurt horribly, huh?
Oh yes, it hurts a lot. It just hurts.
Poor you.
Yes, it hurts. And Grayson is just like, I guess I am kind of on my own. I guess I might have to ask the big, strong individual to help me on some of these attacks. He might be the only one who can distract people. To which he looks directly over at Jonathan, and Jonathan's being distracted, realizes someone's talking about it. He's like, huh? Yep, I guess I'm the distraction. I guess I signed up for that. I guess. To which Rye is just like, oh, no. I can still be a distraction. I just can't hit anybody, but that shouldn't matter too much. It shouldn't, right? I'm still useful, right? And Grayson's just like, whatever you say. But I would recommend we get the hell out of here.
I certainly agree.
I second that motion, yes.
Yeah. Dead bodies and all that. What I said earlier.
Yeah. So as you guys start to head out, You find another separate room. This time, it has a jail cell, but it's one that's kept open. And there's a desk. Some papers scattered about. More in a, like someone was once reading all this information and kind of just stood up and left it alone for a little bit. You see Rye just pointing over at the desk as Grayson goes over to it, and you see her kind of just looking over his shoulder a little bit, and she just kind of whispers into his ear, and then she motions to go over to you guys, and Grayson just says, she wanted me to say that the papers, from what she can tell, and what I was able to read as well, just seems like some kind of information, general stuff. Seems to be like a message to another person. But from my own understanding of reading it, and not from her, it seems like it came from another city to here, but you said who was the person that took over this place?
Catherine.
Catherine. Yeah, I saw that name, but it was being addressed to her by somebody else. It was asking about progress on what was happening here. And it seemed like the letter was being written in a language I'm gonna be honest, I can't read it. It looks really harsh and whatnot.
Harsh.
Yeah.
Perhaps I've misunderstood, but do you have the letter on hand still, or do you just remember seeing it?
Oh, it's over on the desk over here. And he kind of motions for you to follow.
Orc will take a look.
Okay. You take a look. What languages do you know?
Let's see. I believe Common, Elvish, and Draconic? Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yeah, you take a look at it, and it's not Elvish, but it's Draconic. And you see it's being addressed to an individual, just called Your Highness, as it's being addressed to. It seems to have been slightly written and then kind of left off to the side as it kind of ends. But it seems to be a progress on how everything seems to be going. It's being written as positive, like everything seems to be going good. And like I said, it trails off as it starts to say but, and then, like I said, stops. So, yeah. There's a lot of things that you could probably take a guess on. Probably the main one is who was writing this. What would that be? Would that be... I think it's... Would that be insight?
I could see for being a case for just being like either insight or investigation.
Probably Yeah, probably investigation. With advantage.
Righty. Investigation advantage. Alright. Zero that. I actually have better insight, so I talk myself out of that, but I'll hold to it. That is a 19, thankfully.
You can 100% guess. This is Catherine writing to this person. Especially since it seems like it is a continuation or like a response back to what was written on the other paper.
So even she isn't fully pulling the strings.
Yeah. I will say you do notice off to the side a stamp. a like the thing that does like the wax stamp thing. Honestly, I can't remember exactly what I say was her stamp, but let's just say I do remember it. But you do see that exact stamp that Elwyn had seen prior, and I believe had told you about. And it's just off to the side there, ready to be used for the next letter that she sends off.
Hmm. So did Elwyn say this was a stamp associated with their kingdom? Or her kingdom?
With Catherine. This is
Okay.
This is Catherine's stamp, but it was mentioned that this particular style of stamp came from the other kingdom, this other city.
Hmm.
Like it was made for Catherine, and it was made in that place for her. Because every city has a way to make like the stamping thing, and each one uses their own style of like design.
Well, that's troubling. Orc will fold up the letter and take it with him for safekeeping.
Okay. And as you guys go to leave, I will say we can end session right there if you would like.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
Sure.
So yeah, I will go in stream and I will be back.
Bye, stream.
Good night, stream.
Good night.
So yeah, I am so sorry that I did not realize that my desk audio was off. I thought it was on. I should probably double check that whenever I do that. So yeah, that's completely on me. I don't know exactly how I'm going to edit that part, but I'm going to definitely try to edit it as best as I possibly can. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and yeah, we'll be seeing ya. Oops. Bye-bye.